Maryland nuclear engineer and spouse arrested on espionage related charges. You know when you get your spouse involved, that's something more nefarious because the fact that you know what you keep your business to yourself and your actual work, but if you involve um you involve your actual spouse, that's risky and that's dangerous, especially if you have kids. I don't know if these couple have kids, but if you have kids, that's dangerous because both of you are going to be locked up. According to the complaint, Jonathan and Diana, both of Annapolis, Maryland, were arrested in Jefferson County, West Virginia, by the FBI and the Naval Criminal Investigation Services (NCIS) back in October 2021. Um, Apparently, for almost a year, Jonathan, at the age 42, aided by his wife Diana, 45, sold information known as restricted data concerning the design of nuclear powered warships to a person they believed was representative of a foreign power. But in actuality, that person was an undercover FBI agent. So they were actually charged in a criminal complaint alleging violations of the Atomic Energy Act. The complaint charges a plot to transmit information related to the design of our nuclear submarines to a foreign nation. The actual He was an employee of the Department of the Navy who served as a nuclear engineer and was assigned to Naval Nuclear Propulsion Program, also known as naval reactors. He held an active national security clearance through the U.S. Department of Defense, giving him access to restricted data. He worked with and had access to information concerning naval nuclear propulsion, including information related to military sensitive design elements, operating parameters, and performance characteristics of the reactors for nuclear powered warships. Wow. According to the affidavit, Jonathan sent a package to a foreign government listing a return address in a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, containing a sample of restricted data and instructions for establishing a covert relationship to purchase additional restricted data. The affidavit also alleges that therefore, uh, Jonathan began corresponding via a crypted email with an individual who he believed to be a representative of a foreign government. The individual was really an undercover FBI agent, and they corresponded for a few months, which led to an agreement to sell restricted data in exchange for thousands of dollars in cryptocurrency. This agent, I mean, the actual FBI played it on pretty good because they sent in cryptocurrency they sent him a $10,000 good faith payment. Afterwards, in June 2021, they both traveled to a location West Virginia. There, um, with Diane acting as a lookout, Jonathan placed an SD card concealed within a half peanut butter sandwich at a prearranged dead drop location. After retrieving the card, the undercover agent sent them $20,000 in cryptocurrency payment. In return, he emailed him the the decryption key for the SD card. A review of the SD card revealed that it contained restricted data related to submarine nuclear reactors. And they had made another dead drop of an SD card in East Virginia, this time concealing the card in a chewing gum package. After making the payment to them of 70,000 in cryptocurrency, the FBI received a decrypt key from the card. It too contained restricted data related to submarine nuclear reactors. So these guys were the real deal. And why he would involve his wife is beyond me. And I'm not saying not to tell the wife, It's just a habit sometimes. But I'm saying, why would he actually get her hands on as a lookout? It, it was not necessary, and he should have put his wife out there like that, you know. And I got another one from this one's from the actual former Green Beret. He was actually he actually took it to a different level because he was actually a special forces Green Beret. But before that, he was an actual he was he worked along with chemical well, like with the chemical company in the actual army with a lot of sensitive information. And after that, he got recruited to be a special forces, and he actually passed. He actually qualified, but he was actually selling intelligence to the Russians, and he gave them some good intel because he was a captain, right? This Green Beret, he would actually tell them, like, give them information, like real time, real world information, where his actual unit was actually going to be deployed, or what kind of mission they were going to be at, where they were actually going to be on the ground. And that's a big that's a lot of information for your enemies to know where this special forces group's going to be at specifically. That's dangerous and that is scary. And he also gave him a few uh, of his actual soldiers, a few of his actual partners in the actual army, their information to see if they might be able to coerce him or convince them to actually work for the Russian government too. He actually went to actually Russia too. He actually visited Russia in '97, and he was assigned a code. He was even assigned a code name, and he actually signed paperwork saying that he wanted to serve Russia. Yeah, he ended up getting 88 months in prison, and that's hard labor too. Okay, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.